Oh. Sahana vavatu Sahano bhunaktu Sahaviryam karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May the Lord protect us. May He nourish us. May we acquire the capacity to study and understand the scriptures. May our study be brilliant, and may we not cavil at each other. Om, peace, peace, peace unto us all. Dear brothers and sisters, loving Sai Ram to all of you, we welcome everyone to the Satsang of the Sri Sathya Sai Baba Center of Arcadia. Now we are going to do the study circle on Gita Vahini, and we'll be starting on chapter 8. If you have a soft copy, it is page 35. If you have a hard copy, it is page 64. So last week we discussed one important aspect where we talked about the importance of faith, and where the Lord Krishna says that faith is the one which leads to wisdom, enlightenment. Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. And also he made it very clear, because Arjuna, like a lot of people, he was confused. How could you, who is few years older than me, could be teaching sun god, from sun to Manu, and Manu to the king Ichwaku? So it doesn't look right, because the ignorance is he identified Lord Krishna with that name and form. He didn't realize that he is the supreme Parabrahman, the all-pervading reality. Whenever we worship the God in the name and form, a lot of us do that mistake. You confine, like Swami, you think he is that one, but he needs to the formless. We confine him to that name, that form, and particular place. When repeatedly he said, I am all names, all forms. His favorite chanting in lot of discourses was Sarva Rupa Dharam Shantam, Sarva Nama Dharam Shivam. I am Sarva Rupam, all form, Sarva Namam, I am all names. And really, who am I? Satchidananda Rupam Advaitam. I am the knowledge, existence, and bliss. That is his real identity. And Satyam Shivam Sundaram, I am the truth, goodness, and beauty. So he himself said what it is. So even though that beautiful form and sweet divine name and the wonderful leelas which are ascribed to these various places where he stayed are wonderful, but we need to always remember that is only one level of truth. We need to go to higher truth. Then that is the reason where there is a lot of fanaticism in religion, because Jesus is the only Son of God. People say, or Muhammad is the only prophet. People claim, or Shiva is the only way to God, or Vishnu is the only way to God, or Shakti is the only way to God. Actually, here suddenly I remembered a little cute incident. So there was this Hare Krishna people, they are very much into Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna is the only way. But they identify that Krishna with that avatar, not the thing. So he said, they were telling, Krishna is the only one who can take you across the river of samsara. He can only take. So that is another Shakti, our mother's worshipper, divine mother's worshipper was there. She says, Yeah, he will take across. He is the one who boatman. But my mother hires the boatman who will take care. So she is in charge. So each way, the way they put it. So finally, we need never to forget this is the same form, whether you go to Makkah and worship, whether you go to Jerusalem or Bethlehem or Kashi or Rameshwaram or Srirangam, anywhere you go worship, it is the same principle. But we enjoy it in a different forms. That conviction should come as we grow spiritually. Then we enjoy all names and forms. That is very, very important. And here, another thing, the avatar comes because real God is beyond name. That's always like happiness is union with God. Everybody knows really God is Satchidananda. Knowledge, existence, and bliss is beyond name, beyond form, beyond attributes, beyond time, beyond space, and beyond causation. But for the sake of the devotees, to protect the good and get rid of the wicked, he takes a human form. That is called Karana Janma. He comes with a purpose so that he uplifts our consciousness. He descends, avatar. He comes down so that he lifts up our consciousness, makes it goes up. And also it's called Leela Janma because to make a divine sport, so whether it is Jesus, Rama, Krishna, Shirdi Sai, Sathya Sai, they have got these divine sports they play, which are so enjoyable. We love them, but sometimes they could be deluding us, thinking they are human. So we should remember, but they are the divine sports which are always source of joy for the devotees. So he is called Karana Janma or Leela Janma, whereas we are Karma Janmas. Because of karma, we are born. The reason we are born is because of karma. Once we get rid of karma, there is no more birth and death. So that is why they are also, I remember when there's Anupam's house, there was a satsang with a great saint. Remember Anupam? So then one Swami was telling, hey, we need to get rid of the cycle of birth so that we don't have this part. He says, Swami, what is wrong with being born again? It is so fun here, good. So Swami put me, he didn't expect that she will ask that question. Yeah, if you really enjoy it so much, okay, be born again. What can you say? Because very clearly Lord Krishna said, Anityam Asukham Lokam. Like a definition, what is this world? Anityam, temporary. You are not here all the time. Asukham, a lot of problems and challenges. And what did Lord Buddha say? Kshenikam, Kshenikam, Dukkham, Dukkham. So justice is sorrow, it is experience of all. As Swami said, pleasure is interval between two pains. We have some pleasure, but a lot of pain also is there. But if you want to get out of the both of this, they say get out of this cycle of birth and death. That is why. So we are all born because of karma. So if you want to be born again, you need to get out of this cycle of birth and death. That is why you follow the teachings of the Lord. And here another thing Lord Krishna clearly mentions in Sloka 9 of chapter 4, anybody who Janma Echa Dave Divyam Leela, my life and my Leelas are divine, one who has real conviction, he won't be born again. He made it serious because we think it is human, but it says really who knows they are not ordinary, but they are divine. My birth, Janma, or Leela. He thinks, he says, Purnarjanmana vidyate, they won't be born again. So we should have the chance to have that conviction. So that is where we talked about. That is where we talked about the faith also we should have. So now, as a continuation, now we'll be doing chapter 8, where is a continuation of what an avatar is. Another example Swami gives is, we're all born in this. This world is like a prison, right? It's caught up in samsara. So in the prison, the prisoners are there. Why? Because they made mistakes. They did crime, big or small. They're in the prison. And there are also prison guards, the ones who are in charge, who can. The difference is prisoners cannot get out of the prison anytime they want. They have the need. Whereas prison guard, the officers, anytime they can be out or in. Similarly, we are all prisoners because of our karma or whatever good or bad deeds we did. So only way we can get out is like present God with grace of Lord. Whereas God, He comes whenever He wants, like in the present, and whenever He wants, He decides when to come. He decides His entry into the world. He decides exit, whether it's Rama, Krishna, Shirdi Sai, because they've even spoken Swami like that. So that is another difference between avatar, the birth, and the human, what we do. So now we can continue Nirupama, chapter 8, page 64 or 35, depending upon what we have.
Sairam, I have another question. I think the prison analogy is actually really powerful. In addition to the karma, would attachment also be sort of contributing to that prison sort of existence of a human birth?
Yeah, the whole thing is karma. There is no choice. Even now we know Swami is the avatar, right? We have to do karma because Lord Krishna said, Evam pravartitam chakram nanuvartayati he aghayur indriyaramo mogam path. This wheel of action, I have put it. And anybody who doesn't follow my wheel of action, some people are lazy, they don't do anything. He says he doesn't like, they will be amogha and papasan. They will be like their life is wasted, they're full of sin. So he wants us to be always active. So we have no choice but to be active from the birth till the last breath. That's why Swami, in his ashram, so many people around him, 80 years, 90 years, 100 years, they'll be also there because he said that is the best way to keep going. So as one of my friends used to say, it is better to wear out than rust out because people are retiring, just go eat, drink and watch movies, TV, waste time. But it is better to be involved always in actions which are good, which are to please the Lord. So we have no choice but act. But how you act is the whole secret, as I said. The same action, if you do with attachment, you will be again born again and again. Even good actions with the thing, then you will go to either heaven or come born in a good family. And bad actions anyway will go lower births and will suffer and all that. But the only way, whether good or bad, you will be out of the cycle of birth and death is, Lord, this is to please you. You are the doer, you are the executor, and the results go to you. If we do with that attitude without any attachment, the same karma which binds you, which will release you. So that is very important about the attitude. So two things which are major binds in action, Swami said, is ahankara and mamakara. That is, I am doing this and I want the results to me. That means that praise, blame, recognition. Those two us bind. So you get rid of that thing by namaskara. That is also kara. So, but just Lord, it is thine. This is all I'm offering to you. Then that won't bind. So in answer to that, yes, the attachment is the one. Karma itself doesn't bind. Karma with attachment. Karma without attachment actually releases. There's a whole secret, the whole Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna told Arjuna is the story of Nishkama Karma. How do you do the work without any attachment? That is the secret. Yes.
Sairam, this is chapter 8. The Avatara Purushas have no merit or demerit accumulated in former births, which, like ordinary mortals, they have to pay off in this birth. Theirs is a lila, a birth taken on. The goodness of the good and the wickedness of the bad provide the reasons for the avatara of the Lord. For example, take the avatara of Narasimha. The merit of Prahlada and the wickedness of Hiranyakashipu combine to cause it. As a result of the coming of the Lord, the good will be happy and the bad will suffer. The avatara, however, has no joy or grief, even when it is enveloped in the body it is assumed. The avatara is not constituted of the 5 elements. It is chinmaya, not mrinmaya, spiritual, not material. It can never be disturbed by egoism or the sense of mine and thine. It is untouched by the delusion born of ignorance. Though men may mistake an avatar as just human, that does not affect the nature of the embodiment. It has come for a task, and it is bound to accomplish it. I shall tell you what the task is. It is protecting the sadhus, punishing the wicked, and supporting dharma. By sadhus, I do not mean monks and ascetics, who are indicated generally by that word. It means sadhu guna, goodness, uprightness, virtue. And these can be possessed by animals and even insects. Really speaking, the promotion of sattva guna is the best means of fostering sadhus. The avatara is the embodiment of the sacred guna, and so it fosters it wherever it is found. But since sannyasins are striving to earn it, they are called sadhus and supposed to be specially blessed by the attention of the Lord. But they are not the only sadhus. All those who follow sadhachara, who have sadsila, who adhere to Sathya, who yearn for sanidhi or presence of Sarveshwara, the Lord, who observe sadharma, who consider savarjana as or all as samana, equal, all of them are sadhus. Such characteristics are found among animals and birds even. In the Ramayana, Jatayu was saved as a result of this guna. That is the reason why the elephant was blessed and the monkeys were given a chance to serve and be blessed with his grace. The same reason prompted the Lord to bless the squirrel. A sadhu is not made by a string of beads, an usher robe, and a stick in the hand. The clothes one wears and the language one has on the tongue do not decide who is a sadhu and who is not. It is the guna that settles it. All animals have the potentiality to be good, so fostering goodness in all is the best means of ensuring the welfare of the world. There.
Yeah.
I think we just sort of talked about kind of having faith and serving this purpose, but it beautifully explains why the divine takes a human form in this avatar and comes to earth to help people who pray, which we read before, and also to help reduce the suffering caused by folks who make different choices. And as we kind of go through, I think, Uncle, you stated really well just now how, as humans, we have a tendency to confine the avatar to a form, and we don't realize that there's this limitless divine being that sort of presents itself as a form, but then at the end of the day, really, it's the divine being kind of exists everywhere. One of the things here that really stands out to me is the definition of what a sadhu is and how upholding the sattva guna is really how you become a sadhu. Now, when we talk about being active, we have the three gunas. You have the rajas guna, and then of course tamas, where obviously you're kind of dull and inactive. But with the rajasic guna, you're a lot more driven by probably ahamkara, I guess, because it's a little more ego driven, and so you identify more with what's physical and what your attachments are. However, when we operate more in the sattva guna stage, we are focused on divine and reaching that divinity and reaching it in all aspects of our lives. But the activity never really stops. And I think we have read this several times in here, that, the realized man is more active in the night, whereas, and awake during the night, asleep during the day, whereas the not as realized man is asleep during the night and awake during the day. So it's keeping that action and that mental action really focused on achieving that divine glory. So it makes a lot of sense after you had explained that just now. When we read this, I think it really went nicely together.
Yeah, something that's good that you gave good summary. But here, some things I want people to underline. Though men may mistake avatar as just human, so that means whenever you think avatar as human, that means we are doing mistakes. A lot of us, many often forget, even great people like sage Vishwamitra, he forgot, even though he said Lord Rama is Supreme Brahman. When a crisis came, he forgot he is avatar, he prayed. Same thing, Mother Yashoda saw all the 14 words in Lord Krishna's mouth, but in the time of her motherly love overpoured, she forgot he is that. So this forgetting this because of the ignorance, because of the Maya. And you are talking about the gunas as spirituality. We should know tamas is the sloth, inertia, laziness, inaction, all those. Rajas is too restless, too much restless, active, too restless, which people do. As Swami Vivekananda used to say, India, there are a lot of tamasic is more predominant in the name of sattvic. People are lazy, but America, he came and he said this is rajasic. But the ideal thing is sattvic. So that is it. There is somebody said beautifully, tamasic, you are sick person if you are tamas. And rajasic, you are a sick guy, you are rajasic. Whereas sattvic is light, right? So sattvic is one which gives. So somebody, nice angle, I said that's good to remember. Sattvic, but rajasic, you are sick. But the ideal thing is, as a gunatra, go beyond the three gunas. That is the goal. That is why Lord Krishna says in second chapter, Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunyam Bhava Arjuna. He says, all the Vedas we read, Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, Dharvana, they all give you how to have a righteous life. But they are all in the realm of these three gunas. The homas we do, even selfless service, seems. But he says, you become ultimate goal. Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. We go beyond the three gunas. That is it. And who is the sadhu Swami gave? Because why it is important is, in Krishna, Bhagavad Gita says, Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam. I came to destroy the wicked people and to help the good people, which is true. In the Rama avatar, what did he do? He went and killed Ravana, Kumbhakarna, all those demons and there. That is why he has to. And Swami beautifully said that time, good people in one place, bad people in a different country, different place. He has to cross the bridge and all that. Then the Dwapara age came next time. There are also good people. He has to destroy these bad guys, Duryodhana, this Dushyas, and all those bad people who are always giving trouble to good people like Pandavas. So he has to really let them destroy because they're in the same family. They're cousins actually, Pandavas and Kauravas. So he has to kill them. But in this Kali age, if he wants to kill, everybody will be gone, he says, because every one of us has good sadhu qualities and bad qualities. So in that reason, what he came to remove the bad qualities and improve the good qualities. Transformation. That is why Swami said, I came for transforming people. And we all have experienced it ourselves, how I was 40 years ago, 30 years ago. Now, every one of us can see how Swami has changed our lives to make what is the right purpose of life, right goal of life. He changed. So he got rid of our demonic qualities like desire, anger, greed, jealousy, attachment, and pride. And he came to nurture the divine qualities like truth, and right conduct, peace, love and non-violence, and also like compassion, service, all these things. So that is what he came. So the more you get that, then you become sadhu. Sadhu is no doubt there are people who wear akar robe, and there are so many noble souls, but there may be in a regular white robe and know nothing. You may not know their quality, how they behave. That is makes them sadhu. Actually, Swami said higher definition in a Telugu beautiful poem: Sathya sankalpamulache సంతసించు దుష్ట సంకల్పములచే దుఃఖితుడగును సకల సంకల్ప శూన్యుడే సాధువగును సత్యమైన మాట సాయి బాట. That means satsankalpam, good thoughts, good deeds, and good words, you'll be happy because as you sow, you reap. That is the saying. A good man will always be happy because his mind is always in tune with good. Dushta sankapulche dukkhituragunu. If you have bad thoughts, bad words, bad deeds, you have to pay for it. You will be life will full of grief and problems. But really, who is a sadhu? Sakala sankalpa shunyude sadhu. Neither they have good, that means mind, we say they have still mind or the complete mano nasha. That means they don't have any thoughts. The only because once your mind is gone, what all you are in contact with Atma. So that is real sadhu. This is one definition, having nurturing from tamasic, you go to rajasic to sattvic. Ultimately, you be gunatita, beyond the three gunas, that is the one without any thoughts. That is the ultimate. There is another explanation I wanted to make. And next, he said, Swami said, Chinmaya and Mrunmaya. It looks simple. Mrunmaya means made up of earth. We are all made up of the five elements, earth, water, and fire, and air, and space. But Chinmaya is made up of this different substance, Sachidanand, that is different. Because this Mrunmaya is a limitation. So I'm here, I can't be there in Riverside, I can't be there in Argentina, I can't be there because his limitation, this is limited to this place and this form. That is all Mrunmayas, we're all. But at Chinmaya, that it is not bound by anything. Simultaneously, Swami or avatars could be here, could be there in Argentina, he could be there in St. Petersburg, anywhere. So I can share you one little story with Shirdi Avatar. He had a great devotee called Meghashyama. So he is a great devotee and he was Shiva devotee. So one time there are lots of stories on him. Just I'll focus on only this. So he was there in his room, and then suddenly Baba appears and blesses him and makes him to draw a trident. Trishula is Shiva's thing. And this guy is a great Shiva Bhakta, Meghashyama. So just to draw that, and he blesses him with achinta, that means sanctified rice, yellow rice, they bless. So, and it was like he was sleeping, the door is closed, and he says, and then there was the achantra, but he had doubt, I don't see Baba, the door is closed, how did he come? I'm imagining everything he was thinking. So then he goes in the darshan in the evening to see Baba in Samadhi. Baba, this came, did you come? This blessed us, and then you told me to. Yeah, I came and blessed, and how could you come? I had locked the door and everything. No, do I need a open door to entry? I am Chinmaya Rupa. I don't need any thing for entry or exit because he is beyond that. He is Chinmaya Rupa. He said, yes, I blessed you and I wanted you to draw that trident. Then he draws in his altar. And same thing happened with Swami. Swami one time is in Bombay, and this, some of you know, he had a great devotee by name Swami Karunyananda. So he used to serve a lot. In fact, Karunyananda means he has compassion. He used to serve many people in those days, flood victims and women who are really destitute and that. So Swami loved him and he used to be with Swami and served him a lot. So when he went along with Swami to Mumbai, and he was staying in the same place where Swami was staying, and same thing, he was in the room and suddenly Swami appeared in the room and he was telling him some instructions. So he thought he's dreaming or his own hallucination. So then when he got out of the next morning, Swami, did you come? Yeah, I came and talked to you. And how come, Swami, I same thing identical what she did in Shirdi. I lock the door. I don't need anything. The same thing. I am Chinmaya Rupa, you are Mranmaya Rupa. That is the thing. God is beyond that. So we need to have that Swami is all names and all forms. But anyway, before we conclude, they wanted bhajans more today.